Today we are reacting to all of the most iconic, groundbreaking, lesbian internet rattling, sapphic drama moments of July 2025. Hey humans, what's up? I'm Brianne Williamson. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I am so excited because today we are back for another lesbian drama recap. This is one of my favorite videos to do just because it's silly and fun. But first, if you missed it, I did a lesbian drama recap for the first half of 2025. It'll be linked in the description down below. Now I'm going to start doing these videos once every month. Before we dive in, I wanted to share that I officially got through the month of June, which most people know is Pride Month, with 0 sponsorships. I have heard from many creators that this was the case for them as well. I'm not going to ask you guys for money, but what I will ask is that you support queer creators in other ways. When you subscribe and turn your post notifications on, when you like our videos, when you comment on our videos, all of this really helps us out. And it can be discouraging as an LGBTQ plus creator because these videos are a lot of work to make and edit, and I am a one-woman team, so I so appreciate all of your support. Many of you know that I have a scripted series coming to my YouTube channel this October. It is called Basement 51. It is a spooky comedy web series. It's 6 episodes. It's going to be available for free. That was so important to me that it was available for free on this channel in the same way that my previous film Aging Out was. With that said, it was not free to make. It was very, very, very expensive to make. And so far we have been able to get 0 sponsors. So if you want to support queer indie film, heading over to Instagram at Basement 51 series and giving us a follow over there really, really, really helps me out. I'm doing this with the dream of getting this web series eventually made into a TV show. It is an almost impossible dream, if I'm being honest, but I figure I have one life, I might as well give it a shot. So all of your support means the world to me. And finally, before we jump in, I wanted to mention that I have my next reaction series coming soon to my channel, The Real L Word. Very, very excited to react to this historical lesbian TV show. And if you're into that sort of thing, text me L Word and I will send you all the watch along games that we're going to be using throughout the series. All right, let's jump in. So disclaimer, as many of you have heard before, I know a lot of the people that are involved in these videos. Personally, I know a lot of what goes on behind the scenes, so I have to be careful what I divulge, what is public information, what is behind the scenes information. Some of those behind the scenes things may sway my bias. That said, if you disagree with how I rank any of these lesbian drama moments, let me know in the comments down below. And a reminder for all of you who it's your first time watching one of these videos of mine, I am not ranking these lesbian drama moments based on whether I agree with them or not. What I am ranking them on from S to D is how iconic these moments are to the sapphic pop culture world. Basically, how much did these rock lesbian internet? S being the lesbians couldn't stop talking about it and they probably will never stop talking about it. This is a moment in time that we will remember forever. And D being it happened. First up, we have Azie soft launching her relationship with Paige. Now, these two have been long time rumored to be dating, and the lesbian TikTok sleuths have been sleuthing, but there has been very little to find besides some body language videos and in some cases far-fetched guesses. However, in this case, the lesbian TikTok sleuths turned out to be correct. And I think some of us knew all along that that was the case. However, it was clear that they did not want to or were not ready to be out as a couple yet. So, you know, a lot of us were keeping our lips sealed. That said, Azie came out with this photo. She was getting her hair or makeup done, basically, I believe. She was in like a chair getting glam done, and she was taking a video into a mirror. And you could see what her phone case said, and it said, Paige Bueckers' girlfriend. Okay, so Azie FUDD Paige Buecker's girlfriend. That it was the soft launch because people still were like, you know what, it's not words right out of their mouth. Like it seems very direct, but also because the internet had been talking about this for so long, they had obviously heard all the rumors, seen all the edits. People were like, are they just trolling? Is that just like she's a gal pal, so she did that as a silly thing? She bought this like Etsy phone case. That's what people were going back and forth. There was still the dilemma that it wasn't 100% confirmed. So it was definitely a soft launch. That said, I do think it was iconic because lesbian internet had been talking about this couple or potential couple for so long. And this was such a cheeky little... She gave the lesbians something to talk about. And I love that. And I think it was an iconic soft launch. Is it S tier? I'm going to give it A, because I think it was iconic, but not like S tier, right? It was a soft launch. It was soft. But then later in the month, we have Paige on a red carpet. And there's a journalist there that their whole thing is they interview WAGs, which is known as wives and girlfriends of sports stars, I believe. Commonly, these people being interviewed are going to be women talking about their husbands or boyfriends. In this case, it was iconic for two reasons, because it was a woman talking about another woman, and it was someone who was a sports star in their own right talking about their sports star partner. I just realized that I was probably sitting in the way of that the entire time. Sorry. I think this journalist was kind of ballsy for doing this interview, but I also like to think that if Paige hadn't wanted to do the interview, then she wouldn't have. And she seemed very calm, collected, confident when she was answering these questions about Azie, which I thought was really cute and romantic. It was nice to see a window of them supporting each other. For the most part of the interview, though, she was just answering questions that seemed like something you could obviously also know about a teammate or a friend. But then at the end, the journalist very specifically asks Paige to name who her partner is, and she says Azzi FUDD. It was iconic. It was the big reveal, but I also loved that it was coming out in a way that wasn't coming out, if you know what I mean. Like, it normalized it. It was just like her talking about her partner, which after all the buildup, I thought was pretty iconic. I loved it. So I think because of the popularity of both of these athletes, because of the incredible wave that women's sports is having right now, and because of the way that it was done, I think it was all around iconic. I think this was a huge moment. So I'm going S tier with this moment of Paige and Azie coming out as being partners. That's an S for me. Next up, we have Fletcher's album release. I'm not even trying to be shady right now. I'm being so serious. I actually don't know what the album's called. And I think that says it all. Because with the marketing, with the launch, with the reveals of this album, I think it was such a swing and a miss that literally all I know is that there's a song on it called Boy, that all the merch said boy on it, that Fletcher has a boyfriend now, and from what I've heard, the album feels kind of dull. There's not a hit to be found. I haven't listened yet, so this is just what I'm hearing on the internet. But all of this said, I think this album release, this launch, is a D. It's D for me. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. Next up, we have... our girl's back. You know what? As much as I can say about JoJo Siwa, I will say I haven't made a single one of these lesbian drama recap videos, and I think there's 4 or 5 at this point of them. There has not been one that JoJo Siwa is not involved in. And now I think it's obvious when I say lesbian drama reaction, it's really sapphic. These people could be bisexual, could be queer, but I'm a lesbian reacting to the drama. So there you go. JoJo, we talked about it last time, now identifies as queer. Has not said that she's bisexual, just that she is queer. And she is now dating Chris Hughes, who she met on Big Brother. It took the lesbian internet by storm because obviously JoJo Siwa was like heavily branding herself as this like lesbian icon for all of last year. And then she had a partner going into this Big Brother show. And on the show, she had a very close flirtatious relationship with Chris Hughes. Many people believe that this was emotional cheating. She denied. And then she proceeded to break up with her then partner at the after party of this show, like immediately after she got out of the house. So that was the drama. She has since been dating Chris Hughes. And she's the talk of the town now for a different reason than being a lesbian, and not for being queer either. She's the talk of the town because of this insane, strange shift to what appears to be conservative garb, knockoff Marilyn Monroe, but in a really toddlers and tiaras pageant, conservative, odd styling choice way for her cover of Bette Davis Eyes. Her cover is both an excruciating listen, in my opinion, offensive to the original, and just comes after that string of events where you can be sapphic and date a man. You can be bisexual, you can be queer. But she went from branding herself as this lesbian icon to being like, oh, I felt pressured into the lesbian label, kind of talked down on the lesbian term in the community, and then immediately gets into Little House on the Prairie garb to sing like a old school throwback song. It's not trad wife, but it's giving that somehow. And I'm not saying that about the original song. The original song's iconic, but it's like she's trying to rebrand into this like traditional woman. Maybe it is traditional in a sense because she sounds like she smokes like 18 packs of cigarettes a day. So I guess we are throwing it back to certain vibes. But I am just lost and confused by this rebrand. I also think it's unflattering. I don't think it does her any favors. And it just feels like she's trying to be really like, see, I cleansed myself of the lesbian term. I, got reborn as this Puritan woman. Like even the way she's moving her face in this cover music video, it's all very like, I'm a pure little girl again. See, like, oh my gosh, lesbian sex. Oh, I would never. Like it's that vibe. And it's creeping me the fuck out. I'm disturbed by it. That said, is it iconic? I think it's pretty iconic because what a switcheroo. JoJo Siwa is keeping us on our toes. She went from being the inventor, in her words, of gay pop to, I mean, she looks like she belongs as one of the racist ensemble of Hairspray, the musical. It's just odd. I'm talking about it. People are talking about it. It's a big deal. I think for that reason, JoJo's shift back to conservatism, despite me having all sorts of opinions on it, I think it's A. I think it's A. I think it's up there. Yep. It's a tough view looking at that photo of JoJo Siwa next to the soft reveal phone case of Azie and Paige, because there's one I definitely prefer. I'll put it that way. Next up, we have Casey and Nani. Now, this is something that happened previous in the year, but someone let me know on my first half of the year lesbian drama recap that I missed this one, and I do think it is worth ranking and including because this couple was iconic if you are a challenge fan, which I am. Most of my lesbian representation that I saw when I was growing up, when I was coming out of the closet, was found on the challenge. The challenge was pretty groundbreaking for representation. It was including people and storylines that were just not common back in the day. I think because of that, the challenge and any sapphic representation it brings holds a special place in my heart. This couple was big drama when it started on the challenge because at the time when they started getting close, Casey did have a partner. So that was a whole thing. They dated for, I think, years. So this kind of came as a shock to a lot of fans that they split up. That said, they haven't personally talked about it. I know that the challenge just started, the new season, and Nani is on it, who is one of my favorite players of all time. I mean, she's an icon. She's a legend. I don't even know how many challenges she's been on, but I've enjoyed watching her for years and years. So I'm curious to see if she talks about the breakup and what she says, because from what I've seen, they haven't publicly talked about it. It just kind of happened. Like, fans just noticed that they weren't posting together anymore. I will go so far as to say that it is confirmed because they have now not been together for months, but there hasn't been any information about what went down. Nor do they have to share that, but I'm curious to see if Nani does on the show. So for that reason, for now, I'm going to put it as a C because this was a breakup and I think they were an iconic pair. I think individually they're also, TV icons for sapphic representation, but it wasn't like some big dramatic moment from what we saw in the public. There wasn't a whole lot of press or news surrounding it. So I'm going to put it at C. There you go. You live right there. And look at this. JoJo Siwa is back again. JoJo Siwa and Chris Hughes, I tell ya, JoJo knows how to keep herself in the headlines, and I'll give her that. That's a skill within itself. JoJo, in this case, did not put herself in the headlines, at least from what we know. Chris Hughes did the job. He let the interwebs know that JoJo Siwa has named his balls. Yes, you heard that right. JoJo Siwa has named his balls Timmy and Jimmy. This is information that I didn't need to know. I know that couples say and do things behind closed doors. And call me a prude, okay? But the fact that 6 months ago I was living in a world where JoJo Siwa was a lesbian. Was the lesbian, in her words. Like, she really was like, I am not going to an event unless I am dressed as the LGBTQ plus flag. All I'm ever going to talk about is the fact that I'm a lesbian. Everything that I do is going to be lesbianism, lesbianism, lesbianism. To a few months later, I'm learning about how she has named a grown man's balls. And I say grown man because the age gap is also strange to me. I don't even know where to put this. I don't think it's that iconic or earth-shattering. I think it's kind of just an addition to. And it also came out of the man's mouth, and I don't think she's actually said anything about it. But I also wholeheartedly believe it because didn't she want to name her children like Bo, Joe, and Schmo? Like, this is like what she does. Like, when she thinks of names, they rhyme. That's what good names are to her. She's like, if they rhyme, I'm there for it. What was it? It was Freddie, Betty, and Teddy or something. Like, she loves a rhyming name. So Timmy and Jimmy, because it's JoJo and it's making mainstream news and it's a funny story and I did hear a lot about it, but it's not like up there. I'm going to put it B. I think it's B. Okay, next up, we have Gabby. Queen Gabby, love her and Robbie. I've talked a lot about them on these reaction tier list series that I've been doing. In this case, it is just news, not just news, I shouldn't say that. It's big news that Gabby is going to be the host of a new reality show, Love Overboard. If you know anything about Gabby, you know that she was brought to us through the world of reality television, starting with The Bachelor, then she was on The Bachelorette, then she was on Traitors, iconic, and now she is going to be the host. So it just makes complete sense that after coming up on reality television, now she's going to host a show. She is such a character within herself. She absolutely deserves this role. I love the idea of sapphics getting hired as hosts on reality television. I think that we just have a unique perspective where we can relate to the women, we can relate to the men wanting the women, and the fact that we do not have a sapphic host on The Ultimatum Queer Love, you know what? We're going to start hosting the straight shows. We're going to take over there instead. And Gabby's doing it. So I love her for that. That said, I don't think this was like a big drama story. It was more of an announcement. And for that reason, I'm going to put it at D for iconic level, just because it's just news of a cool job that she's doing. And I love that for her. But yeah, it's not like shaking the internet. Next up, we have Lucy and Julian, two members of Boy Genius who we know and love. And for a long time, similar to Azie and Paige, people were guessing that they were dating. However, this was never confirmed. And while this was confirmed earlier than July, someone in my comments of my first half of the year recap video did let me know that I missed this story where they officially confirmed, I believe it was via Lucy doing an interview with a magazine, that they are dating. So this was big news because despite it being a rumor and people again making the edits of the body language and all that, it hadn't been out of the horse's mouth. But now we have it. They are officially together. From what we know, they are still together, and I'm very happy for them because I stand them both. I love them independently as artists. I love them in Boy Genius, and I think they're a hot couple, and I think they're cool as hell. So that's awesome. And for that reason, because they are sapphic music icons and because this was rumored for so long, I am also going to put them at S tier. I think they deserve to also be up there for groundbreaking reveal of a lesbian couple that we all adore and stan, along with Paige and Azie. So there's the tier list. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with the placements for this month's lesbian drama. Also, did I miss anything from July 2025? Let me know in the comments down below and I'll tack it on to the lesbian drama recap video for August 2025. Again, it helps me out big time if you subscribe and turn your post notifications on. Give this video a thumbs up and comment down below. Also, don't forget to text me if you want to have the play along games for my next reaction series to the Real L Word reality TV show. You just text this number, L Word, and I'll send you everything in August when it starts. And also check out at Basement 51 series over on Instagram. Support queer indie film. It means the world to me. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.